In the dream, you are falling, lost in the listening distance, as dark locks in. Nightfall. Good evening. Tonight, in honor of an occasion that's dear to us all, we're presenting a special love story for lovers of all ages. The play, based on a short story by Robert Aikman, is called Ringing the Changes.
When an older man takes a very young wife, he can't be quite so easygoing about it as your average husband. The haphazard is replaced with much deep planning, with special little schemes to wall in happiness. So my wife and I decided that our honeymoon would be our own invention, at no one else's time or place. Instead of June, we were married on the last day of October. And late that very afternoon, we reached what we were sure was a dream retreat for us alone. An old-world village on the East Coast. Holy Haven was so forgotten and obscure, we were astonished to find a tiny branch-line train still ran there. A village at the end of things, we said. Perhaps they tried to warn us. The dead leaves stirred by the crawling train, even the sullen station master. But Fryn and I paid no attention. We had no sense that past the end of things lay horror. I think the railway company is as surprised as we are, darling. But we're here.
Exhaustion makes you cynical, Gerald. Do remember the bags.
I'm not that old.
Sir, madam.
Good afternoon.
I'm afraid you've made a mistake. Castleithe is the next station on the line. This is Holy Haven.
And this is exactly where we're meant to be.
There's no mistake. Our tickets are for Holy Haven here.
You'd best come inside.
Rather grand station for such an empty place. A bit like one's grandmother all dressed for party and nobody came.
We're here, darling. Party of two.
Too many for them. Look at the porter.
Well, who are they?
Visitors.
Tonight?
Well, that's what the tickets say. Have you a room booked?
Yes, the Bell Hotel.
The Bell. Tonight of all nights.
It's them Pascos.
Yes, that's the name. Pasco.
We don't use the Bell, but you'll find it in Rack Street. Straight ahead, down Station Road, then down Rack Street. You can't miss it.
Thank you. I wanted to be... Oh, it's the Bells.
They're starting early.
Every reason to be in good time.
It's very slow. I hope it's not... What do you call it? A passing bell?
Passing?
Why, no, ma'am. Not a passing bell exactly. More like calling.
Yes. Is there someone who could take our bags to the hotel?
We don't go to the Bell.
I see. Well, I'm sure we can walk. Come on, Fryn. And thank you for being so helpful.
You're welcome.
I'll say one thing to you, not a word more.
Yes?
There'll be more bells.
I suppose they have to practice sometime.
We like church bells, we do, really.
It's not the ringing. It's when they stop.
Well?
When the bells stop, you go and lock yourselves away. As far away as you can. For so long as you may.
What horrible old men. I know we wanted to get away from all that grand hotel bowing and scraping, but... do you think we overdid it?
Mustn't blame them too much. We're probably the only visitors they've had all year. They have to practice their local colour on somebody, huh? When the year's bells stop, run thee and I.
Speaking of hiding, where's everybody got to? It's not 6 o'clock yet, and the place is like a tomb.
Well, the hotel got to.
Poor Gerald. Let me help.
I'm quite all right, thank you.
Oh, don't go all stiff upper lip on me. I married you because you were too old to take yourself seriously. You weren't at all like those 1,000-year-old boys I had to go to dances with.
Never too old to stuff a shirt.
Well, the station master said there'd be more. I wish they'd play God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen or something.
Yes, it does sound funereal. Listen. There's a faint echo.
All these narrow stone streets, I should think.
Yeah. They follow the lines of the medieval city. Before the rivers silted up, these towns were some of the most important seaports in England. Now, they're preserved under glass.
Oh, it's like an empty stage set. I wonder what happens when the curtain goes up.
Friend.
What is it?
Look. We just passed it. Our hotel. See, the bell over the door.
Oh, thank God. However did we do that?
Lord knows.
At least it's not cold.
Well, the East Coast, and this time of the year is incredibly warm.
You know, I think it's getting warmer.
Yes?
Mrs. Pascoe?
Yes?
I'm Gerald Horsted, and this is my wife, Fryn. We have reservations for the hotel tonight?
No. Not tonight.
Mrs. Pascoe, I have a reservation for the Bell Hotel in Holy Haven, confirmed to our agent in London by telephone in the name of D. Pascoe, here.
Oh, God. Don did this.
Don?
My husband. He's not very well.
Mrs. Pascoe, we have reservations here. The last train has gone, and we may not be very well either if we spend the night in the street.
God, no, you can't do that. You mustn't stay in the street. Come in, quickly.
Thank you. I think we'd better.
I'm sorry your husband's unwell, Mrs. Pascoe.
You know what men are like when they're ill.
Impossible. Or very difficult.
It's his stomach. He takes things for it. Sometimes he takes too much.
Oh, I see.
No, you don't. But you may. You'd better sign the register.
The last entry is quite a long time ago.
We're always quiet here.
We did want to come out of season.
Out of season. Quite. Sign here, please.
Are we alone in the house?
Except for Commandant Shotcroft. You won't mind him, will you? He's a regular.
I'm sure we shan't.
People say the house wouldn't be the same without the Commandant.
I'm sure. Do you mind telling us what those bells are?
Practice.
So many at once?
They have ways of their own in Holy Haven. Here's your key. Room number 7. If you'll excuse me, I have to see Don. Dinner's at 7:30. You have time for a drink in the bar first.
We certainly have. It's only just 6.
Actually, I like church bells.
Oh, very well. But on one's honeymoon, they distract the attention.
Not mine.
You want to see the room?
Not yet. And I don't want to drink. I want to see the ocean while there's still light.
Anything to get away from the bells. Let's go. And find the sea.
Gerald!
What is it?
Not what is it? Where is it? It's dark already. Where's the sea?
Well, they must keep it somewhere. These weeds and great bloody rocks can't go on forever.
You can certainly smell it. Honest sea smell.
If you say so. I don't ever remember it so strong.
Come out, wherever you are.
Friend? Darling? Friend! Friend! Where are you? Friend, for God's sake!
Sorry, darling. Panic over.
Oh, what the hell happened?
I stood on something.
You're all right?
Think so.
Oh, the smell's worse than ever.
I think it's coming from what I stepped on. My foot went right in, and then there was the smell.
I've never known anything like it. Please, darling, let's go back.
All right. But I must warn you, I'm very disappointed. I think that seaside attractions should include the sea.
Take my arm, darling. Gently now.
Look how far away the lights of the town are.
Yes. There isn't a sea.
Gerald? Listen to the bells.
It can't be.
They're coming from all the churches, aren't they?
Impossible. All the churches on the same night?
I'm quite sure. I can hear one lot of bells with my right ear and another with my left.
Friend? What do you think it was you stepped on?
It was something soft. Something soft and bone. All things considered, darling, the food might have been worse. And the bedroom is beautiful. Do you know I've never slept in a four-poster?
I don't know how we'll sleep in anything with that damn noise.
It's going to stop, remember? They promised us. And anyway, what makes you think you're going to sleep? Meantime, I want a nightcap.
I'll bring it to you in the lounge.
Kümmel, I think. If either of them are sober enough to pour.
I'll steal some and charge it to the invisible commandant. Well then, bar unattended. Landlord! Service! Kellner! Anybody home? Good God. Mr. Pascoe, I presume. Don, a double cognac and a cumel, please. And if it's not too much to ask...
Wait. Wait.
Oh, oops, daisy. I think, Mr. Pascoe, you'd better let me pour. Since I don't see any more brandy, I guess it's 2 cumels.
Fool.
Yes, well, perhaps, but I'm not a thief, Mr. Pascoe. I'll remind your wife to add them to the bill in the morning.
Run! Run!
What?
Run!
Oh, frankly, there's nothing I'd like better, Mr. Pascoe. But I see no way until morning. And if you'll excuse me, I'd better go and see to my wife whom I got into this bloody mess in the first place.
Run!
I'm sorry, darling. I got involved with the ineffable Don. Lord, it's dark in here. Where are you?
Lower your voice, Mr. Halstead.
What?
Speak more softly. Your wife has fallen asleep by the fire. You should not have left her alone.
She seems to have had a guardian. I presume you are Commandant Shotcroft.
No need to presume.
Thank you for your concern. I had a run-in with our drunken host.
He was a fine man once. Don't think otherwise.
Not my type.
DSO and bar. DFC and bar.
And now bar only, eh? Why?
He got into trouble. He wasn't the kind of man to know about human nature and all its rottenness.
Pity. But even so, isn't this the best place for him?
The worst. For him or anyone else.
Certainly a damn noisy place.
Why did you have to come tonight of all nights?
This doesn't happen often?
Once every year.
They should have told us.
They don't usually accept bookings. When Pascoe was himself, they never did.
How can she control him now?
A woman try to control a man.
Does she have an alternative?
At heart, women are creatures of darkness all the time. Take her away, man.
In a day or two, when...
Now. Now there's still time. This instant.
They can hardly go on practicing all night.
Practicing?
And what are they doing?
They're ringing to wake the dead.
That's a figure of speech.
In Holy Haven, on this night of the year, on All Hallows Eve.
Halloween? Jack-o'-lanterns, witches...
Fool! Look at your wife. You see? She hears them in her sleep.
What happens?
No one can tell how long they have to go on ringing. It varies from year to year. You should be all right for another half hour or so. In the end, the dead awake. First, 1 or 2. Then, all of them.
And the sea?
Draws back. You've seen it yourself, then. In a place like this, there are always several drowned each year, but that's only a few. Most of them come not from the water, but from the earth. It is not a pretty sight.
Where do they go?
Do you think I'd follow them to find out?
You advise me to go. Where?
Where doesn't matter.
I have no car.
Then you'd better walk.
Huh?
She's young and strong. She's 20 years younger than you. And therefore 20 years more important.
What about you?
I've lived here a long time now. I know what to do.
And the Pascoes?
He's drunk. There's nothing in or out of the world to fear if you're thoroughly drunk. Your wife is wakening. I don't think there's anything more to say. You should still have time.
You make me wish I had a Bible.
Isaiah might be useful.
Repent, O Jerusalem, eh?
I had a more specific verse in mind. The satyr shall cry to his fellow. Good night, Mr. Halstead.
Hello, Gerald. Oh, what fun. The bells are still ringing.
Friend, come away. Come away at once. We're leaving here now.
But now, what about our bags? What about...
Never mind the bags. Leave everything. Just pray the front door isn't padlocked. Hurry! For God's sakes, hurry! Only one boat! Time! Still time! Ah!
Listen to the bells. They're like plunging horses in the sky.
Which way do we come? I can't... The bells. They stopped.
Where are my bells?
Why? Why did they stop?
The dead are awake.
Too late.
The dead are awake.
We're too late.
The dead are awake.
The bells are gone.
Oh, merciful God!
What was that? That just ran down the street.
You didn't see it, did you?
A man, I think. Very dark. And holding some kind of cloth over his head.
That's all you saw?
I think so.
Thank God. Get in. Get in here quickly.
Where can we go?
Our room. It's the only place left. Our room. And lock everything we can between. The Commandant warned me. I should have gone.
Nowhere to go. I don't expect they'll trouble us.
Where's the damn light? It's dark as worse than anything. Yeah, the current's gone. Nothing to see till daylight.
Gerald, don't leave me.
I'm right here, darling. We'll wait it out no matter what happens.
Listen.
My God.
They're coming. They're coming here.
Get a grip on yourself. They don't want us. We don't belong here.
That's why they're coming.
Friend, it's only fear. It's extraordinary how frightened one can be, even when one knows there's no direct menace, none.
No menace?
We'll think of something else.
Do you think we can?
Of course we can. It's only till tomorrow.
They can't be actually dangerous, or it would be stopped.
Of course, of course.
They've broken the street door. They're in the hotel.
Stay quiet. For God's sakes, stay quiet.
They're coming up the stairs.
Shut up. Shut up. They'll hear us.
What do the dead hear, Gerald? What do they hear? The smell! Oh, God! Downstairs! Now's the time. Now's the place. Now's the weather. The living and the dead dance together. Now's the time.
The next I knew, there was light in the windows, and the wrecked bedroom was empty. How I got downstairs, I don't know. But there she was. Her nightdress was so torn that she was almost naked.
Darling, look at you.
Look at me. Oh, my darling.
Here I am. Not to worry.
We're not going to talk about it now. You must be in shock. We'll walk to the main road and flag a car. And for God's sakes, take my raincoat. You can't go tromping the countryside looking like something from the Folies Bergère. In Rack Street, a milkman was delivering as we passed, but his cart bore the name of another town. When we reached the station road, we saw a small plot of land on which already men were silently at work with spades in their hands. We missed it last night, but in the grey light, we saw a signboard. New Municipal Cemetery. The diggers were as thick as flies on a wound, and as black. Don't look, friend. Turn your head. Don't look.
Why, darling? Why ever not?
She spoke to me, but looked at them. And I stared at her hard for a moment. Then once more, she became herself. And those few seconds, I became aware of something dividing us, which neither of us would ever mention or forget.
You have just heard Ringing the Changes, the Robert Aikman short story specially dramatized for this series by P. Norman Cherry. Featured tonight were Douglas Campbell as the narrator, Gerald, and Nikki Guadani as Friend, with Ruth Springford as Mrs. Pascoe, Sandy Webster as Commandant Sharp.